Greetings and welcome to another exciting installment of Twin Flame Success Stories, where I show you that somebody's got answers. I was in your shoes once, looking around all over the internet, trying to figure out what to do about my twin flame. The messaging that you get from the internet, they get a couple of things right. One of them is you guys are the same soul. You and your twin flame are the same soul. And then the other message is, yeah, there's supposed to be something that you can do, like magical fucking get this person to be with you or something, right? That's kind of the messaging that you're getting from the internet, and that's true. I went through the whole thing too, you guys, the running and chasing, the desperation, the sleepless nights, and I figured out how to end the running and chasing, how to get her to stay permanently, and I went on to teach it to over 7,000 people. I think you guys care. Wait a minute. You mean there's somebody on the internet that has helped hundreds, if not thousands of people to be with their twin? I got people I'm about to show you that are married to their twin flame. They're living together, or people that just are starting out on the journey and are getting a result. I got tons of them, guys. I don't just do these videos to brag, these success stories videos. If you care about results, it's because you're smart, bro. Like, people can say all kinds of shit, right? They could say anything they want about how something is supposed to work, but how do you know what they're telling you does work? Look at the results. 7,000 students, and I got tons of people that I'm going to share with you today that are with their twin flame. Lots of them, you guys. And again, I think you care. I think you care, guys. There's a lot of different opinions about what you're supposed to do to get your twin flame to come back. How do you know who's got the right answers? So I got this whole playlist. You are now watching video number 98. I got this whole playlist of people that I've helped to end the running and chasing with their twin flame. And we'll come back to this. You know, these are people that are married to their twin flame. They're living together, right? Of course, these are going to be at the top. And then there's all these videos that you see, these thumbnails here, that are just like the one you're watching, where I dig around on my YouTube channel and we pin comments to the top of the video, to the top of the comments, whenever we see somebody who is successful, right? Whenever we see someone who pulled it off, they did it, we'll put it on the top of the comments section for you guys so that you can see it. And this is most of what I get. It's incredibly hard to get people to make a video appearance because people, they tend to like their privacy. That's why people use like handles, like fake screen name, you know, Renee Love, Angel Laren, you know, and this kind of thing. There's another person. Oh yeah, this person here. This is a newer one from Lesage. But guys, this works. This works if you understand why it works and you put it into practice. So this is a lot of what you're going to get on my YouTube channel. Are people, there's comments everywhere, guys. They're just everywhere. I got them on here. I'm going to show you. This is my free masterclass, but if you scroll down enough, there's all these people leaving their comments. Maya, this person, they're with their twin flame. Jamel, they're together. Shirley, they're together. These are all comments from my YouTube channel. There's a ton, you guys. Again, people say all kinds of things about how this works and why it works. How do you know if what they're telling you is true or not? So that's kind of the purpose of this video series, Twin Flame Success Stories. And I jam a lot of teachings in here too. So inevitably, we're going to talk about some of this stuff. So this person, I already did hers, I think a couple months ago. But this is the one that I really wanted to show you, was from this person here. So there's two on this video. This person took my advice. It took me almost 9 months to enter into a natural state of no preference and just peace. What are they talking about? Why is that how it works? Right? We'll get into that. But with that, my other self came back, and that's what I have people call their twin flame. If you have not heard me explain that before, your twin flame is your soul. The soul is the true self, right? The soul is the true self. That's who you really are beyond the body and beyond the mind. That's who you really are. So the true self is the soul. What does everybody say about twin flames? You guys are the same soul. That's the one thing. There's actually a couple of things that everybody gets right about twin flames. You're the same soul, and there's something you're supposed to be able to do to get the running and chasing to stop, to get them to come back, right? But then when you listen to what they say about how to do it, that's where you get all this weird advice, like do the mirror exercise, do uh healing, clearing your childhood wounds, fixing your inner karma shit, balancing your inner feminine and masculine. You do the violet flame chant, got to clear your auric field, all this weird new age stuff, which actually, I mean, on its own, it's not really bad stuff to do. It's really not bad, those things. Some of those things can be really great. They just don't work here, guys. This isn't soulmates. That's almost 100% of the advice that you're getting from the internet about twin flames is they're telling you something that would work for a soulmate, which, by the way, is a highly subjective thing. Technically, there's no such thing as a soulmate. Okay. A soulmate is just my soul and your soul. And 10 lifetimes ago, we decided to start hanging out. And we've been reincarnating together, having all these experiences together. One time I was your mother. Another time you were my mother. Another time we were friends. Another time we were coworkers. Another time we were siblings. Another time we were enemies. You know, whatever. Soulmate, right? It's subjective. You pick. You pick a soulmate. However, twin flame is objective because it's not another soul who, 10 lifetimes ago, you guys just randomly met and you decided you liked each other and you want to start hanging out. That's subjective, right? It's not really built in. It's not part of infrastructure. It's not intrinsic. Your twin flame is intrinsic. It is built in. It is part of infrastructure. Why? Because it's your soul. Your twin flame is another incarnation of your soul. You're the same soul. That is true. Technically, what appears to be going on, this is my hypothesis about twin flames. If you haven't heard me explain this before, your twin flame, what appears to be going on is they are one of your past lives. So I got this playlist on my YouTube channel called Twin Flame Science. The first two videos, check those out, guys. And by the way, this second video is where I explain the science and the mechanics. I just did a webinar about this, why your twin flame runs. It's a mechanics reason, guys. Your twin flame is your soul. The reason they run is mechanical. It's built in. It's part of infrastructure. The way to fix the running and chasing is to transcend the mind. Go beyond mind. So let's go back to this person's testimonial here. Listen to what she said. She said, I was in a natural state of no preference and just peace. Okay, now why is that significant? Well, it's because, guys, that's what the soul is. If you're trying to attract a soulmate, healing, clearing your karma, balancing your inner feminine and masculine, clearing your childhood wounds, that stuff might actually work pretty damn well. Because with a soulmate, you're dealing with the connection between the two of you at the level of the personality. Are we compatible? Do we get along? My personality and your personality, are they compatible? Are we going to get along? Right? That's a soulmate. But your twin flame is your soul, not another soul. So there's nothing that you really can or need to do about your mind that is going to make your twin flame stay. It's spiritual, you guys. It's spiritual. What is the soul? What is the experience of soul like? Well, it's exactly like this person is saying in her comment, in her testimonial. She's saying it's a natural state of no preference and just peace. That's the experience of soul. This is why, like a lot of these videos, was it this one? Yeah, oh, it's this one. What is it really like to be with your twin flame? It's not pain. And I mean, when the running and chasing is over and you guys are finally all the way together, right? What is it like? Well, it's not painful and it's not pleasure. It's just peace. It's like nirvana, it's inner peace. And I've gotten better at explaining that over the years. When I first started to try to communicate this to people, some people, they really didn't want to hear that. And I don't know, maybe it's because of the soulmate myth. People think this works just like soulmates. Again, that's the biggest myth about twin flames, guys, is that it's like super soulmates. So if you listen on average to what the average twin flame coach, in quotation marks, is telling you twin flames are all about, you can't tell the difference between what they are talking about and what everybody already was calling a soulmate. Can you? And if you happen to notice that and point that out, they go, "Oh no, 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 it's different. Honest. No, really, it is. It is." And you go, "All right, how?" And all they do is explain how it's a super soulmate. It's just like soulmates, only better. Right. That's this intensely passionate, emotional connection. Soulmates. That's already soulmates. The soul has nothing to do with emotion whatsoever. It's consciousness, it's peace. You are body, mind, soul, right? Body, mind, soul. So the mind is where the emotional stuff comes from. And there's nothing wrong with that. But that's what that is. The soul, however, it works different because it's not the mind. What the soul is beyond mind is consciousness, just this experience of oneness, peace, right? Stillness, being. And the soul, it doesn't care about outcomes. This is why I'm always telling people you got to let go of the outcome. And how you do that is to transcend the mind. But also, again, this person's testimonial right here, they talk about having a state of no preference. And you don't think your way there. You got to go beyond the mind, guys. This is a journey of the soul, not a journey of the mind. So that's what this person did that worked. You don't heal your way into becoming a soul. So the mind can be healed. And I think that's a great thing to do. But no amount of rearranging thoughts or emotions that you're feeling or changing thoughts and emotions that you're feeling is going to make you more consciousness than you already are. And in fact, the thinking and the emotions, if you stay so fixated on that, that's what covers up the conscious soul that you already are. The mind is the object of consciousness, not the other way around. The soul was there first. You don't uncover, reveal the soul. Here's an example that every one of you has experienced so that you can understand what I'm talking about. Any psychologist is going to tell you that the personality forms and amalgamates, is finalized by the age of 7 or 8. The personality is a collection of retained thought and emotional patterns, experiences that you have. Like if I walk up to you on the street and I go, "Hi, How are you? Tell me about yourself. You're going to give me like a story or a history, a breakdown of self, of who you believe yourself to be. You're going to tell me about your job and where you've been and what your opinions are and your hobbies and your friends and family and all that, right? That's who I am. And it takes time to do that, right? Now, that forms by the age of 7 or 8, right? The personality, this sense of identity. Okay. Well, what was there before that? Think about it. No pun intended. But really, though, what about a newborn baby? There's absolutely no retained thought and emotional patterns at all. It's just empty. There's nothing going on. A newborn baby. No, it's aware, guys. It's conscious. What is that? What is consciousness? And you can even be aware of your thinking and your emotions, right? But what is that awareness, which is aware of thinking and emotion? What is consciousness? Well, it's beyond mind and it's who you really are. It's the soul, guys. That's your twin flame. And it doesn't care about outcomes, guys. This is the twin flame paradox. This is what I tell all my paying coaching students, right? It sounds like a paradox to the mind because you're 100% letting go of the outcome. And I just made a video about this a few days ago. It was called like, it doesn't matter if you're with your twin flame or something like that, right? And one of the things I talked about was, guys, the only reason anybody who does end up with their twin flame, the only reason anybody who does end up with their twin, getting married or whatever to their twin flame, the only reason that happens is because they let go of that outcome. They didn't have a preference. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. I don't care. And you don't think your way there. You don't understand it. You don't change how you think. You go beyond the thinker. And it's kind of like you're rolling yourself back to when you were a newborn baby again, right? You can't accomplish that. It feels that way sometimes, but that's not really how it works. You're just being very present. This is why I have all my students read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. I have everybody read that. Oh, here we go. That's convenient. I also have everybody watch this documentary film called Samadhi. It's only about an hour long. You should go watch it tonight, guys. This movie right here. It's free on YouTube. There's 4 parts. Make sure you watch part 1 first. Some people start with part 2 or whatever. I don't know why they do that. It's not going to make sense to you. If you do that, start with part 1. And if you met your twin flame, guys, I'm telling you, this documentary film, you are going to have so much clarity about what is going on here and why this is happening and what I mean when I say you got to transcend the mind. You are not this identity of person, guys. That's not quite who you are. That's not really who you are. And again, this person here, I already did this one in a prior video, but they're together, you guys. They're together. And that's 2 in 1 video. How about that? All right. Samantha here. I've been saving this one. So this is from my public New World All-Star Facebook group. She's been following my suggestions. She's let go of the outcome. She's not chasing him, right? This is what I'm always telling people. You got to let go of the twin flame myths. You got to stop chasing them and replace all the twin flame frenzy with your spiritual ascension. And you can think of the spiritual ascension as something that you can do in place of the twin flame frenzy stuff, right? This one was from December. She even got a text message, right? She had some kind of like spiritual shift, some kind of internal realization of self. And she got a text message and a phone call when that happened, right? This is what the word union is, by the way. People think the words separation and union are relationship statuses with your twin flame. Those are not relationship statuses. That's not what those words are. Those words come from the Zen traditions, and they've been in use for a very long time. The earliest writings I can find about twin flames are from the 1960s. And even back then, people teaching just like legit Zen spiritualism, like Ram Dass, right? So, not the hoity toity woo woo new age stuff. Not that. That's not spiritualism. They call it new age spiritualism, but it's not. It's not spiritualism, guys. It's an ideology. You have to like they think new agers, they think that spiritual is a personality type. A newborn baby is way more spiritual than a new ager, okay? Because it doesn't have any personality type at all. Well, anyway, Ram Dass is always talking about how the mind views the world through separation. Eckhart Tolle is always talking about it. Rupert Spira is talking about it. Anna Brown is talking about it. The mind thinks of everything in terms of separateness, me and you. That's why your twin flame runs. Because if you're working this through the mind, doing a bunch of healing and the mirror exercise, you're doing all of that stuff to get your twin flame back. Your starting point is the concept that there is an us and we are we. We are separate. There's me and there's my twin. That's what that word means, guys. And then union is a word that they use to describe this greater sense of oneness, right? And spiritual teachers use that word all the time. Union or unity consciousness. That's a state of consciousness. And again, it's beyond mind. And you experience this deep knowing. It's not mental. You don't understand it. And as a matter of fact, when it happens to you, the mind is going, whoa, this is cool. What's happening to me? Right. Because there's the experience of union, this oneness with all. And then there's the mind saying, I'm experiencing something. Yeah, but what's the something that is being experienced? Well, that's the soul. And you feel one with the sky and the trees and the people and the buildings and your twin flame. And you no longer experience separation. You know that you are one. It's beyond mind. Right. You and your twin flame are the same soul. And so you have one of these experiences. Guess who comes back? Hmm? And you might even get a response from them just by doing the detox, like the detox that's in my coaching program. So that's Samantha. Thank you, Samantha, for that. Again, back to this video. I got fairly new testimonial here. As soon as I detached and focused on union consciousness, he came right back within 48 hours. And not only that, but he was actually being nice. And see, this person, she's been watching my paid coaching. She knows what union really is, guys. It's not a relationship status with your twin flame. Did you ever do that before you met your twin flame? When you're dating somebody, did you ever say, oh, we're in union? Or when they broke up with you, oh, we're in separation. Did you ever do that? Any boyfriend, girlfriend you've ever had? No, nobody does that. So why did twin flames do it? It's because they're using the words the wrong way, guys. That's not what those words are. You should stop using those words to describe a relationship status or a stage with your twin flame. Because again, your starting point is separation. It's this, I have to accomplish this outcome. I have to get into union with my twin flame. And that's not even what that word is. And when you're focusing on the outcome, that's the ego mind. That's what the documentary Samadhi is talking about. It's called Samadhi Part 1, Maya, the Illusion of Self. So that's an ancient spiritual term, Maya, which is talking about the ego self, the clump of retained thought and emotional patterns that constitutes this identity mask that we wear. Maya is the illusion of self. You think that you are this thinking, feeling, mortal human, but you are not. You're beyond that. And what is beyond that is the soul, consciousness. And you don't think your way there. It's impossible to understand unity consciousness. So, how are you going to heal and think your way there? It's never going to work. And anyway, again, that was there before the mind was a newborn baby. Consciousness was there first. And the mind is so arrogant to think that it can accomplish union. And all you got to do is notice when the mind does that, by the way, and call it out. You experience this being, guys. By the way, you didn't really meet your twin flame to be with them. Again, this is the paradox. This is your spiritual awakening, you guys. You got to make that the purpose. You got to make that the goal instead of chasing this person around. So again, there's my Twin Flame Success Stories playlist. You already saw this by Ruxar. They're married with their twin, SJ. She at one point said, I don't want my twin flame. And then he kept bugging her, and she was like, okay, I'll be with you. Ivy, Chanel, they got their twin flame to come back. They're all chasing them. Natasha, they're living together. Gretel, she's married. There's Carly. Again, there's more of these videos. I do reuse some of these pictures, these thumbnails. And I don't expect you to watch these videos, but these are all unique individual videos with fresh success stories in every single one of them. And I don't expect you to watch these videos. You might actually, because I do put a lot of these teachings in there. But the reason I have this up is so you can see the proof. I think you guys are smart. I think you care about proof. Like, why should I listen to this guy? You got any proof? How do I know your shit works, Kurt? Here you go. Here's a bunch of evidence. I'm the only person that's got it, guys. And I don't even understand it. I don't know why. Your twin flame is your soul. You got to do soul stuff. This is transcendentalism, not healing and healing is psychology. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with doing that if you do it the right way, but it backfires if you do it for your twin, guys, because your starting point again is that there's us. We are separate. Healing works really good for soulmates. This isn't soulmates though, guys. This isn't soulmates though, guys. This is your soul. This doesn't work anything like soulmates. Speaking of which, here's something that you could do. If you're interested, I've got this masterclass. There's a link in the description of this video that you're watching. You can click on the link. It's called The Number One Mistake Everybody Makes on the Twin Flame Journey. You'll see the link in the description. The number one mistake everybody makes on the Twin Flame Journey, free masterclass. And I explain in much greater depth the soulmate myth and what you can do about all this. like why healing backfires. And I present more evidence for the true twin flame teachings, the words that we're using. There's also more testimonials, of course. There's John. That's his twin flame there. They are married. This is Tanaya. She's married to her twin flame. Ruxar, you've already seen. Baya, Gretel, ditto. Francesca, here's another person. And then again, if you scroll down, there's a ton of these. These are all come straight off my YouTube channel, guys. I've got so many of these. I can't keep track of them all. You guys, I've helped so many people. It's insane. My YouTube channel is a treasure trove of free resources. There's also my paid coaching, which we're going to talk about momentarily if you're ever interested in that. But get in here. Get plugged in, guys. Check it out. I got all these playlists. I got the True Twin Flame Teachings playlist. I got the Twin Flame Science playlist. There's even like stuff about like what is spiritualism? If what I am to do, Kurt, is just spiritualism, what is that? I've got a playlist for that. Law of Attraction, if you're into that. Other teachers of genuine spiritualism, not the new age stuff, guys. Real spiritualism. You want your twin flame back? Go listen to Eckhart Tolle talk about spiritualism, or Rupert Spira, or this person here, Our True Nature. There's Anna Brown, same thing. They're not going to let you down, guys. I do have a few people on here, these ones here, that don't have anything to do with, like the root of spiritualism. They're just cool to listen to. Law of Attraction and other stuff. So there is this, my True Twin Flame Teachings playlist. Every question that you can think of about twin flames. You might start with this video right here, Twin Flame Myths. You got to get rid of the myths, guys. That's the first thing you got to do if you want to make sense of this journey. I would start with this video. There's also my website. There's more testimonials, right? So there's more of these. I got a lot of them, guys. There's Claire. She's with her twin. Tanja. She's with her twin. Jessica. She's with her twin. Leo. Joy. Nancy. There's even this button here. You click it, and it's all people who weren't really comfortable leaving a picture. So we just have this generic icon. But they did want to leave a written testimonial. Thanks to New World All-Star, I'm in a solid relationship with my twin flame. There's like 90 of these on here. And again, I don't expect you to actually read through all this stuff. It's just, guys, you want proof, right? Here you go. I got a ton. Let's talk real quick about the paid stuff. It's not expensive, guys. And I don't nickel and dime you. Other twin flame coaches, number one, are they actually teaching you something that's going to work? No. I'm not sorry for saying it. It's soulmate coaching. They just put the label twin flame on it. It doesn't work, guys. And they go, oh, it's only $200. Yeah. After a year, you also pay a monthly fee. You end up paying over $2,000. There's some coaches that charge $4,000 just to start. I don't roll like that, guys. You pay me one time and you get the complete 50-hour video course, and you keep it for life. And you even get to talk to us in the group coaching calls and the Facebook group. I've got trained coaches. I got a community of 200 people in there that you can talk to and get some fucking answers and end the running and chasing once and for all, permanently. And if these prices are still too much for you, no problem, guys. I've got payment plans. So I take the total price and break it up into 6 payments. You get instant access to the videos with your first payment. That's the paid coaching. It's very comprehensive. That's it, guys. You have the power to do something, and you should. Get educated. Don't just sit around waiting. See ya.